The House Oversight Committee, very important committee that Donald Trump will soon loathe if he doesn't already, has some new faces today. First and foremost, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is going to be joining that very important committee. She was on financial services as well, we know a couple weeks ago. I just want to, or I guess a week ago at this point, I just want to briefly mention that as she continues to get on these important committees, do you remember all of the people that when she protested outside of Pelosi's office were like, this political neophyte doesn't know how the game is played. She just nuked all of her chances to ever be on an important committee. Okay, well, I'm sure those people are gonna lose their jobs in political prognostication after another terrible guest there. But no, she's doing quite well for herself, and it is important. The Oversight Committee is the main investigative committee in the House and is expected to open investigations into Trump and his administration during the new Congress. I believe there is a tentative list of investigations that sits at 85. I don't even know how you make a list of 85 things, but supposedly various people are interested in different things. It's not just AOC though, you also have Representative Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley, and also Khanna. So a bunch of Justice Democrats all joining that committee. And that is exciting because, I mean, look, we know all of them are gonna be strong and they're gonna wanna investigate Trump, but Representative Tlaib, I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, she had some quotes about Trump that imply that she isn't going to be a thorn in his side, to put it mildly.
And here's the thing. So the perception is going to continue to get pushed that these new congressmen and women are here just to, they're a wrecking ball and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how the legislative process works. They're in these committees now, right? So fine, hey, put the microscope on them and let's see how it really works. Because what we haven't talked about consistently is the ongoing investigations that went on with these seasoned House members that went after, still probably investigating Hillary Clinton. I think it just ended right after this midterm election, still with things like Benghazi. So though it's all a matter of what you choose to criticize. So if you want to criticize actual oversight and people actually doing their jobs, this is what they're put in there to do. So also you mentioned how people like AOC and Ayanna Pressley and all those wouldn't get these positions because they're burning down bridges. And so once those bridges weren't burned down, now those same critics are attacking the Democratic House leadership that has done things to bring them in. Like they're being overtaken. I think Trump even said this. They're being overtaken by these fringe crazies of the Democratic Party. Look at these crazy progressives. Hey, they were elected. They're here to represent people who elected them. So I'm not sure which part of the democratic process you're not happy with, but when the people's voice puts them in place to do something and they do it, that's how it's supposed to work. If you're angry about it, either leave or just or get on board, represent your people. Whenever Republicans are put in place, they go mandate.
Yeah.
Where's the same calls for mandates should happen here too.
Yeah, and by the way, like I keep reading articles, including this morning, that are like, yeah, people like AOC, they get a lot of news, but really it's the new class of moderate freshmen, the Democrats, that are really going to shake things up. And I noticed that those articles, they don't mention particular names. Certainly not like at the top of the article, maybe they delve into it a little bit later on. Do you know why they don't mention particular names? Because you wouldn't know who those people are. And there's a lesson in that. That okay, maybe there are in sheer numbers more new moderate Democrats that were elected. They're not the ones making news, they're not the ones driving the agenda, and there are very good reasons for that. And hopefully that will inspire more people like the people we're talking about to run in the next one. You talked about the leadership, how they're getting a lot of pushback. So Elijah Cummings, who's the chairman of the Oversight Committee, he responded by saying, if I base the choices going on the committee based on what people said or their reputations or whatever, I probably wouldn't have a committee. I am excited, there were a lot of people that wanted to come on our committee, and yet the Justice Democrats got a big portion of the seats there. So that is certainly good news. And we do know that one of the first things they're going to be investigating is going to be how some members of the Trump administration were able to get security clearances under incredibly suspicious circumstances. So Jared Kushner is on that list. He's the guy that continually had to be forced to update his documentation to include a lot of relevant data that was accidentally left off a whole bunch of times. And then people like Michael Flynn and other foreign agents that just, they got the security clearance. Nobody seemed to notice that they were working for foreign governments. Weird how that works out. Anyway, that is now going to be under investigation.
Remember how those stories just went away? That's another part of it. So for the past couple of years, since Trump has been in office, Republicans within Congress have basically been his protective defensive arm instead of doing their job. Again, they should work for the Republicans that elected them. or whoever elected them. It's maybe independents and maybe some Democrats voted for them. They want them to do their job. Your job is not to be an extra extended arm of the executive branch just because your party happens to be in control of it. Your job is to represent the people that elected you. And Republicans want things to be right too. What happened to that arm or that theme of the Republican Party that you're about law and order, getting things right? Don't let the government work for you. Don't let it work for themselves. When did all that end?
But we do have a little bit to look forward to. I mean, at some point, it's not impossible that just as on the House Financial Services side, AOC might be grilling Wall Street executives, she might be grilling Jared Kushner and others like that in the near future, and that will be very exciting to report on. Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.